from Tampa Bay's #1 news station. This is Good Day Tampa Bay.
All right, hey, I'm also here to tell you about a place called Wrought Iron Arts. Would you like to make something like this? You see the sea turtles right there? Wow. I'm going to teach you how to weld or teach you how to forge. Actually, I'm not going to teach you any of that stuff, but there's a blacksmith here. I thought anvils were only used to catch roadrunners. Apparently, they're used to make beautiful art or practical tools. We will show you how to do both and tell you how you can take classes. Maybe Father's Day. Maybe you want to get your dad a Father's Day present to teach him how to be a blacksmith. I'll show you how you can do it right here in Largo, and we'll have a good day, too. Or in alphabetical order, that would be day, good, no, it would be day, good Tampa.
Charlie?
Good day to you, Ann. I am in Largo this morning, and you know what that is? That is art. Art made out of metal. I'm going to show you how to be taught. I'm not going to teach you, but I'll show you how you can be taught to do a little forging or a little welding. If you decide to forge into a new area you've never experienced before, perhaps Wrought Iron Arts is the place you'd like to visit. Excuse me. I'm going to go grab a glass of water, and hopefully you'll have a good day, Tampa Bay.
All right, let's go out to Charlie. He's making the most out of metal today.
How many times has a reporter said that in their career? I'm so glad to be telling me that story. More often than people would think. More often than people would think. Hey, you know, in my off time, a lot of times I am an art model. Perhaps you recognize some of my work behind me. I get paid a pretty penny to come out here, and you know, it's the shape of the human form that people usually hire me for. We're at Wrought Iron Arts in Largo, and yep, you're going to meet the man that does big arts like that and useful tools as well. Stick around, everybody. Sun's coming up. Looks like it's going to be a good day, Tampa Bay. Good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Charlie Belcher, coming to you from Largo this morning from Wrought Iron Arts. I'd like you to meet Rob Buck, who is a blacksmith. You don't meet blacksmiths on a daily basis. And whenever I think of the word blacksmith, it makes me think of, like, Gunsmoke. Go cowboy movies or somebody making some horseshoes or something like that. Because it's an ancient art, isn't it?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. And that's what we're all about here at Wrought Iron Arts. We're trying to preserve the lost art of blacksmithing.
It is almost a lost art, because I guess most of it could be machine-made, most metal arts. Or certainly metal, like these chairs, I mean, those are metal chairs. I'm sure they're, a machine has a large part in that.
Most are machine-made assembly line productions, you know, in China, Mexico, wherever, but not, you know, they're not handcrafted. And so that's the lost art right there.
And you are certainly the artistic side. The torch bearer back there, on TV, it almost looks like a neon sign with the colors in it. But is that all, now, is that welded? Is that forged? And what's the difference?
Well, it's welded and forged. Okay. The pieces, individual pieces, are forged, and I weld the pieces together. And it's just planning it out like a Lego set. You know, you just make your drawing, you lay it out on maybe a concrete floor, and you just do it one piece at a time. And it can be rather frustrating because the iron doesn't want to cooperate with
Right. You have to make it. Yeah, that's where the anvils and the hammers and all that comes in. And basically, forging is shaping, right?
You shape, you change the dimension of the iron, and it's just literally just changing it all around.
You offer classes here in Largo. How long have you been doing the classes?
Doing the classes for about 10 years now.
All right, fantastic. We're going to be going now. What do you call your studio in there? What does a blacksmith call his work area?
We call it our smithy.
The what? The what?
Smithy.
The smithy. All right. Well, we're going to go to the smithy, everybody. We're going to join Rob Buck in his smithy, and we're going to get an anvil and some hammers and fire, and we're going to make stuff out of metal. That's what we're going to do, and show you how you can learn this skill as well. Stick around, everybody, and make your Wednesday a good day.
And now let's check in with Charlie.
So much to say. So much to say. I'm still listening to that PDQ story. Like, PDQ means pretty darn quick. They did that on purpose. And smart. Get people thinking. Hey, we're in the smithy, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the smithy. We're hanging out with a blacksmith who is already doing his thing. That's what anvils are used for. Stick around. I'm going to tell you how you can take a little welding class or forging class. You can learn how to do this. Stick around and make it a good day, Tampa Bay. Good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Charlie Belcher coming to you from Largo, from inside the smithy. I'm in Rob Buck's smithy. Rob Buck is the blacksmith. It's Wrought Iron Arts. And if you're interested in some of Rob's artwork or taking a class, best thing is Google Wrought Iron Arts. We'll also put the website at myfoxtampabay.com. It's also on my Facebook page if you want to get in touch with Rob. So, Rob, you teach classes. What do you teach, and how much skill do I have to have before I come take the class?
You don't need any skill. Basically, we start you
Perfect, sign me up.
Yep, there you go. Well, maybe we will later on in the show. Okay. What we teach you is the basic principles is just drawing out the metal, and then you're constantly working it down and shaping its dimension. That's the first thing you teach, how to twist and cut and bend over the horn of the anvil and all these things that are basically in your maybe a fireplace poker or an old world style hook or something like that. Basically, when we draw this out, imagine that straight, you're constantly hammering and coaxing that metal, and literally the metal gets longer. So you're literally drawing out the metal.
Play-Doh. You roll out the Play-Doh and you move out the Play-Doh and it gets longer, whatever shape you want.
Yeah, to make this right there, it probably started out at about 3 feet long. This probably grew in about 5 or 6 inches.
So you want to show me the twisting technique right now?
Sure.
All right.
All right.
So what is that? Is that like a kiln?
This is a propane forge.
All right, a forge, of course.
And
mix my arts. A forge.
Basically, it's about 2,500 to 3,000 degrees in there.
Wow.
Yep. So we're going to pull this out of the iron. And we're going to place it about here.
Put it in your vise there.
In the vise.
Boy, look at how hot that metal is.
Oh, yeah. And this turns like butter.
Oh, look at that. And what is that? Just part of the metal flaking away there?
Mm-hmm. That's what we call the scale. That falls off sometimes when you're hammering it onto your arm.
Ouch.
But, you know, blacksmiths don't really care. You know, they catch on fire and for a brief moment or two, and they just shake it off.
Now, what'd you give it? A couple twists? 2, 3 twists?
Mm-hmm. Just 2 or 3 twists.
Now, do you have to cool it down with water, or it's going to cool down?
We can quench it in the bucket right now.
All right. Quench it in the bucket.
Stand back. Okay, well.
Wow, look at it. Bubble that water.
So even though that metal is black, it's still probably about 900, 1,000 degrees.
Wow.
So you just always assume the metal is hot.
Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, we're going to let that cool down a little bit. And maybe on the next segment, we'll twist this, and that'll open up like a little bird cage.
All right, and these are smaller pieces of metal that you just welded to the bigger piece?
Mm-hmm. That's 1/4 inch round iron, and we welded the pieces together to prep for the show. And but
very cool.
Basically, we just, you know, just do it one step at a time.
Right on.
And this
cool.
is the drawing out what I was talking to you about before.
That's when
so
you
I can
hammer
make that into a handle with a little finial on the end, maybe twisting it back the other way.
Very cool. All right. When we come back in the next half hour, we'll learn another technique. And Ann Russell, you've got to date yourself a little bit. Now, I saw this on reruns. I'm not that old. But do you remember at the end of a show when it would go?
Yeah.
And then it would pull back and it would say, what would it say?
Quinn Martin.
Mark 7.
Oh, Mark 7. Mark 7. Yeah, that's right.
I remember one particular show that was after. Do you remember what show it was after?
Not at all.
It wasn't. Was it the
Dragnet.
FBI?
I remember Dragnet. I think after Dragnet,
Yeah.
you'd see the guy's fist and it would go bang, bang, and it would pull it out. And it was, I don't know. I wasted too much time doing that. I'm sorry. It just, every time I hear that sound, it makes me think of that. All right. Take it away and say something important.
Some good memories there.
Guess. Maybe I should announce my retirement. Yeah, a little less scary unless it's me using all these tools over here. Then it might be kind of scary. Look at that. Tools of the trade if you're hanging out in the smithy with a blacksmith. And that's exactly what we're doing. Perhaps you want to get Dad a gift certificate to Wrought Iron Arts for Father's Day so he can learn how to make his own fireplace tools. Well, we'll show you how you can do that. Stick around, everybody. It's a good day, Tampa Bay.
All right, let's go back to Charlie Belcher at this Wrought Iron Arts place.
You know when they usually make it somebody's day, like when they retire,
Well, that's true.
A lot of times.
That's true.
So
maybe,
I'm thinking Ann Dwyer Day, June 18th, may be Ann Dwyer Day in the city of Tampa.
maybe you could make me a key to the city out of wrought iron.
We'd be here too long for that.
Oh, well,
that ain't
of
gonna
course.
happen. That ain't gonna happen. But Bob Buckhorn, if you're listening, June 18th, Ann Dwyer
There you
Day.
go.
Of course, every day is Ann Dwyer Day.
Stop it. No way.
Every day is Dwyer Day. Every day that isn't Russell Rhodes Day, which are most days. That's all right. Hey, everybody, we are in Largo. Rob Buck is the blacksmith here. It is Wrought Iron Arts, as Ann said, is the name of his business, where you make artwork. You also teach classes, and you'll teach even a little welding. The advanced forging class, you get into some welding as well. You kind of have to weld a little to do what you do.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, the whole art form is called direct metal sculpture, where you're working directly with the metal as opposed to, pouring mold into form and molten metal. Basically, the first class you get to learn the basic procedures. The second class, you learn more complex stuff and just how to weld your pieces together.
Very nice. Now, what are you doing now? Explain to me what's happening here.
All right, right now we're going to do a basket weave. This is a little bit more of an impressive twist. When you're ready, I'll pull it out.
Oh, we're ready.
All right, let's do it.
Now, you have
welded these 1/4-inch pieces together into the entire piece here. And this will open up kind of like a little bird cage. In theory, anyways, we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we twist it one way, and then we twist it back the other way. That's when the magic happens.
How hot did you say that metal estimated is?
Oh, about 2,500 degrees. And it looks like a little flame.
Wow.
And just like so. And we can control it. Say, oh, I want it a little smaller, a little bigger. And just like that. And I don't have my wire brush handy, but you can open it up like that. We can manipulate it.
Bend it however you want to. And then again, you'd put it in the water to cool it and that kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. You can put it in the water right away, or you can just leave it out and let it cool naturally. That's what we call annealing it. So it actually softens the metal.
That's interesting stuff, man. The best way, if people do want to sign up for classes or something, go to the website, yes?
Yes, go to the website. You can email me or phone me. I have my phone number and email on this site.
Sounds good.
Just set up a
Very
class.
good. And when we come back, Rob is going to attempt to teach me something, so perhaps I could make you a key to the city, but I'll probably end up making you something that looks like that.
A little closer? What? Oh, that looks like a
It's
dagger, a small dagger.
Well, that could come in
Nice,
handy too.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure could. Hey, that design though that guy did.
Yeah.
I've seen that on like drawer pulls and cabinet doors. That same design.
Yep, absolutely. And now you know how they do it.
Here you go. Hey, thanks, Charlie. And Charlie is wrapping up some iron this morning. It's hot.
Good day, Tampa Bay. I'm Charlie Belcher coming to you from Largo this morning from Wrought Iron Arts. We are inside the smithy with the blacksmith himself, Rob Buck. A blacksmith's workshop is called a smithy. We should take a selfie in the smithy.
Sure.
Maybe later. He teaches classes, teaches you how to forge and weld a little bit, teaches you how to make something. Great Father's Day present, perhaps. He's also, you will do commission work. If people are, maybe they're building a house or want a piece of artwork done.
Oh, yeah. I work with architects and interior designers on anything that incorporates sculpture in the yard, like a landscape sculpture, but also like railings,
gates,
whatever gates, anything inside the house.
All right, we are forging away here, so tell me, what are we're going to get fancy now. We pounded it out.
Well, now you're a student at Wrought Iron Arts, so what you're going to do is just put this over the edge of the anvil and just bend it down until it's flat against the edge, just like me.
All right.
Okay. Very good. Now flip it up on top of the face of the anvil, like me.
Yeah.
Okay, now just curl it back, like that.
All the way, how far?
Just keep on going. Yeah, kind of, well, it's personal preference.
All right.
So there.
I make a big old kind of hook there.
There you go. Now you got a massive hook. Now we're going to take this while it's still got a little heat and just bend it over the horn of the anvil.
All right.
Once it gets to a point where you can't really hit it well anymore, flip it around like me, and just bend it back this way.
Oh, that's a little harder to do there.
Yeah, it's because we're losing our heat. That's the whole strike while the iron's hot. So I guess we're going to have to put it back in the forge and just call it a day.
Let's take a look at, gee, it's hard to figure out which is the teacher, which is the student.
Halfway to a hook.
Halfway to a hook. That's pretty good. It is pretty made now. And is the metal pliable enough that you can heat it, bend it, heat it, bend it, heat it, bend it, heat it, bend it, or after a while do you start to just disintegrate? And...
yeah, you wear yourself out trying to make it disintegrate. But basically, after a while, you may want to anneal it. And when you anneal it, you let it cool down without quenching it. And that keeps it softer, more ductile, and easier to work.
Fascinating. Thank you very much, Rob. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
If you go to myfoxtampabay.com, we will link you to Rob's website. You can also Google Wrought Iron Arts in Largo, and you'll find his website. And I put it at my Facebook page as well. So there you go, Ann. I had every intention of making you like a key or something, but unfortunately, that's what you get.
Well, you know what they say, the road to you-know-where is paved with good intentions, Charlie.
That's where? Road to perdition.
Does that noise ever bother him after a while, that ding, 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 constant?
Bothered me after about 10 seconds. Hey, I think he gets used to it.
I guess so. He doesn't hear it anymore.
He used to that noise. His neighbors get used to it.
Oh, yeah, I hope so. Thanks.